come with messages of love and of light. And while you are teaching the quadrants and the spiral, we would like to clarify and extend our knowledge and experience with you. You can describe the spiral as the energetic life force in which everything starts and everything begins. For you have the spiral of the dark that comes into the light. For you have the spiral and energy force of the nothingness into the material world. So the spiral is an energetic force. It is not just about timelines. There is a spiral in your DNA, which is life force. There is spiral in the womb space, which is life force. You are spiraling in and out of consciousness and subconsciousness and into the nothingness and into the quantum and back down. So explaining it in this aspect gives it a different energetic imprint, as timelines is not relevant in this spiral. So you can use it in the way of an energetic life force that is spiraling from a thought to physical reality, from a thought processing through a spiral of energetic life force, or giving that thought a life force energetically to then manifest. This is how we would like the definition of the spiral to be. And remember, when you are talking about the quadrants, you are not giving and receiving, attracting and manifesting anything. Those things are the outcome of the desire, of the intention, of the spiral. It is inevitable for those things to become as you are masters of them. You don't need to try to give. You don't need to try to manifest. You are doing already. The whole point of the spiral is for those things to take force, take life, take light, and become. And where the spiral becomes movement, becomes energetically charged. So you don't have to do anything. You just have to think the thought with a clear intention. And then that quadrant and that spiral is the only thing that can happen, because that's the only thing that exists. That's the law. And we're calling this the law of the potential. The law of the potential. This is a new concept that you will discover through the spiral, because the spiral is unlimited potential. It can manifest, it can give, it can receive, it can attract in any way, shape or form that its truest desire is met based on the attention. So the only thing that you're really working with is the law of potential. We are not talking about probability. This is a different energy. We are talking about unlimited access to potential. If you are the divine creation, the spiral is already the divine creation that you just need to tap into. Then you are the potential. So you are the potential source that merges with the divine creation. The only thing that can occur is for the spiral to take momentum through the quadrants, for all of those things to be happening, and for your desire to manifest into this physical reality. Because it has to go through all those quadrants. It has to. If you're clear enough in your intention, that's the only way that this goes. There is nothing else. Unless you are getting in the way. Unless you are stopping it, unless you have ego, unless you have limitation, unless you have judgment, unless you are holding space and time for a different timeline. So, to be clear, doing the work of the quadrants. You don't have to do anything else. Allow the spiral to take the momentum into the desire, to bring you the unlimited potential, because it can only do that. Once a spiral takes place, it's the only way that this can happen. The only thing that you have to do is clear your energy. Have a clear intention. That's it. The quadrants and the spiral and the pyramid is fact. It is law. It is what it is. There is nothing else. It is the divine creation. It is the spiral of life. It is all around you. It is what you are made of. And if it's what you are made of and it's all around you and you work it together, then of course you don't need to do anything. You're just mirroring back and forth, reflection upon reflection upon reflection. So now you have the answers to the quiz. Now you have the understanding of the teaching. Now you can write your own book of teachings because you have the answers without any effort. You didn't have to learn the answers. You have to memorize the answers. You have to study the answers. You just have them because it's who you are. So if that's who you are, and that's a human fact, that's a universal fact that the spiral works, because there's only spiral of energy everywhere. In every plant, in every blade of grass, in every sun ray, that's all there is spirals of energy. And you're tapping into that with a clear intention of all the quadrants, and you're not holding any energy that could have any side effect, then it's inevitable and it's guaranteed that what you desire will become. And if you add all of those quadrants together with the spiral, knowing that that is the divine creation blueprint, then this is the law of potential. And you will hear a lot more of potential. People saying that they have figured out their own potential, or they got their potentials from somewhere, or potential this and potential that. And the reason why potential is coming up more and more and more, and it'll be more popular than people saying manifestation or trauma release or any of those buzz things that's happening now. They will start to talk about their potential more and more and more, because this is the new wave of energy that's coming in. You already know that you are unlimited potential, but how do you access it? What does that actually mean? What is unlimited potential? How do I tap into that? Am I unlimited potential? Is this green juice unlimited potential? Is this paper unlimited potential? Yes, yes, yes. And the key and the access to the law of potential is divine creation. And divine creation is the quadrants and the spiral, because that's what creation is. The new wave of energy, the new meditations, the new forms of light and energy will all be about potentiality. But they don't understand that it is a law. Just like law of attraction, it is the law of potential. And it is only coming through now because there is enough light to allow access to the law of potential. Because if there was access given, or everybody had an understanding and an awareness of the law of potential, it would be a much different planet than what it is right now. So we are in gratitude of how it is manifest and how it is coming out now. And now that we're saying this, a lot of flashbacks and words that masters have said and quotes and things will come to you as, oh, that's what they meant when you are the greatest potential. Or that's what they meant when it was like the potential is this. That's why, because masters already know this. And if you believe yourself as a master, if you believe yourself as a walking master of light and divine creation, then you are the walking spiral. So of course, it is inevitable, it is a must. It is the law of potential that you only live the life of your desires. And if you are not, what are you holding? What do you need to release? In every now moment. If this is not the moment of complete potential and your greatest desire, what do I need to release? And I have another moment that is not my greatest potential, then what do I need to release? Because every moment, great potential is accessible. The law of potential is accessible. And we are not talking about probability and possibility and ifs and this and that, because these are aspects of this law. Let's call them sub-laws. Because possibly and probability can be manipulated by cause and effect. It can be manipulated by, if I do this so many times, the probability is this. But it is not enough to know that you are the master in your light and you are the master of the spiral and you are divine creation if you are probably divine creation. You must know. You don't put in your quadrants, I possibly want clean air for everybody, and I probably would want to give more than I receive. You don't say those kinds of words because they don't exist in the quadrants. You cannot put them in the quadrants. They will not be comfortable. You would have to override an effort to put those in. And if you are, that means you have not mastered that specific space or that specific quadrant. Which is okay, it's showing you where your energy is at. So how do we use the law of potential? You know the spiral, you know the quadrants. That is inevitably divine creation, which is inevitably the law of potential. How can I access the law of potential? How can I constantly access the law of potential? This is where we have not been able to get momentum because most of it is in dream time or meditation. Unless you can be walking in dream time and meditation in that state in your everyday, then you will gain access to the law of potential at any time. But when you're in meditation and you're in dream time, you are in creation, limitless potential. Therefore, you can master anything. But when you wake up and you have a coffee and you get a bus and you go to work, those are not things Creator would do. Necessarily, not in all cases, but just we're giving you an example. So in your dream time, when you are unlimited potential, what are you doing? You're riding dragons, you're climbing mountains, you're swimming in oceans, you can talk underwater, you can fly, ride unicorns, you can be half human, half horse, whatever it is that you want to be. So the difficulty is bringing that unlimited potential to this time and space. Gods and goddesses did it, that's why you have those stories. But even those are quote unquote hard to believe, mythological. But what they did was they stayed in meditation and dream time in their physical reality. That's how they can come out of their dream as a half man, half horse. And we want to say this with as much preciseness and clarity as possible. And this is the clearest we can possibly be. Even though it feels like a brain massage. How can I possibly gain access to my unlimited potential and just bring a gnome from this realm into this realm and from this light into this light and bring the fairies with me? Well, you know that in dimensional reality, the fairies are there. You know that you can see them and feel them. You know that you can connect with them in your meditation and your dream time. So why can't you connect with them here and now in this time-space reality? What are you holding on to? What do you need to release? And each time, what do you need to hold on to? What do you need to release? Why are you holding on to this? What do you need to release? Moment by moment by moment will get you closer to the potentiality. Perhaps this is a bit of an extreme example. Let's start with something of smaller magnitude. Let's start with a dream that you have. What's a reoccurring dream that you have? Don't go mythological. Go like starting your business or earning this many followers
yes. Okay, I get what you mean. My dream, yes.
You see, there are layers in dreams.
Yeah.
What kind of dream are you talking about? Like a deep sleep dream? My dream that I daydream?
Yeah, the dreams of your in terms of aspirations and goals and like that type of dream, or like, yeah.
Well, what is the difference?
Yeah.
What is the difference?
Perception.
What's the difference between a daydream and meditation? What's the difference between a night's sleep and a day sleep? What's the difference between a dream and a goal? Just what you need to release, that's all.
Yeah.
The only difference is what it's coming up for you, what it's bringing up for you and what you need to release.